Hello viewers, it is your favorite spoiler from the recap room. For more updates, stay tuned and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Let's examine that dramatic last act. In the midst of chaos, we have Jonah pulling threads from the shadows, Martine acting as a double agent, Tali stolen, and Tony and Ziva finally opening their hearts. Tony makes it through the explosion. Martine shows who she really is. What about Jonah? He is only beginning. By the end of it all, he has Tali in his grasp, Graves' assets, and a clear route to control Tony and Ziva into doing his bidding. I must admit that Tony and Ziva declared their love for one another. It's sincere and, of course, long overdue, but it's not ostentatious or loud. At last, they seem to share the same emotional perspective. Unfortunately, their entire world is practically collapsing around them. I wasn't sure if I would be celebrating or heartbroken at the end of this one because episode 8 left us hanging on an emotional cliff with Jonah Markham acting as a master puppeteer. I did a little bit of both, it turns out. Without sugarcoating it, this was a stressful HD episode. You're holding your breath thinking Tony might be barbecued in an explosion one moment, and then you're hopeful the next. Then, all of a sudden, there are love confessions, covert schemes, shifting allegiances, and an unexpected kidnapping. Thus, the potential death of Tony DiNozzo. It looked as if it had actually happened because of the smoke and debris. And I honestly thought we were going to lose him for a very brief moment. Tony enters a trap that is set up like a 5-star scam. He becomes the ideal bait, lured inside Graves' mansion with the false pretense that Ziva needs to be saved. However, the mental pain of Tony risking his life for Ziva once more is what truly burns, not the explosion. The scene with the explosion is vicious. The fallout? In a positive sense, it is surprising. Tony comes out of the wreckage, bruised but alive. Finally, after much emotional strain, we all witness Tony and Ziva declare their love for one another. You're the one crying, not me. Little Tali was going to be the star of her own thriller while the adults were occupied with battling foes and pursuing ghosts from their past. When their jet is curiously diverted to Isla Zafira, what begins as an ordinary voyage with Sophie becomes something out of a nightmare. Sophie saw right through the planned ambush, which was more than simply turbulence. Her intuition. You're right. The alleged weather emergency smelt as bad as a tuna sandwich that had been left out for a week. It turns out that Jonah's men abduct Tali. To put it simply, this narrative was really powerful. Stopping the evil guy is no longer the only goal, it's now a personal one. Jonah's message is unmistakable, he is doing immorally and is now pursuing their daughter. On, Martine. She turned the tables just when I thought I understood you. The question hung over the entire episode like a foul aftertaste. Has she turned against Jonah or is she still aiding him? She gives Lazar's laptop to him. According to her, she killed Lazar. I believe she has gone full villain at this point. No, more drama. Jonah is being played like a fiddle by her. It appears that Lazar is still alive and that he and Martine are collaborating. But hold on, why does she still murder Graves? Martine isn't playing checkers, and this is a moral chessboard. Her treachery is a multi-layered, intricate, and, to be honest, one of the season's more compelling subplots. Her advice to stay inside specific bounds, particularly with regard to the children. That one stayed with me. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more updates.